Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Thursday, May 11th, 2023, Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones Tarot cards. We're starting off with the Three of Cups celebration. Mother's Day is literally this weekend, but I feel like this is where life opens up, especially like if, depending on where you are in the part of the world, like in Australia, they're getting ready for winter. With us, we're getting, ready for the world to open up, for Mother Nature to show us all of her beauty and colors and miracles. Dragonflies are showing. It's just like the hummingbirds. It's just all the beautiful things that we love. So it's like the world is about to open up, and we're about to, like the world is your oyster. So it's like celebrations. We have the Ace of Swords. With determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. It could be in a work situation, it could be in a love situation, but it's like you want to win this battle. Like you want this more than anything. The thing we got to be careful of is what the cost is, because we did this devil energy where I feel like confrontation, I feel like back and forth, and I feel like me and this lady were talking about when you're a faithful person, it's like you have that guilt. She called it Catholic guilt, like Yahweh Yeshua guilt, where it's just like you're going against who you are. You know what I mean? You're going against your belief system and what they teach us, and it's just like sometimes like white lies, fine, but like they're saying like there's a crime and then there's crime. You know what I mean? But it's not even so much that way. It's just we can't. It doesn't sit well with us. So they're showing in a situation where, um, so, like somebody likes somebody, and they tell you all of a sudden you're interested. Couldn't care about them beforehand, and now all of a sudden you care. You know what I mean? And it's just like you got to be careful with that. And especially with the Ace of Swords, it's tied to this karmic energy, and we've been getting that a lot. You know what I mean? We're getting a lot of cosmic, karmic things being here, and it's like, ooh, watch yourself here. You know what I mean? We have the Page of Swords, young, youthful energy. I get with this. I get where it's like a child blurts something out they weren't supposed to. So it's kind of like, be mindful of that. Like, what you say around them, because they just, bleh, you know what I mean? Like they're, when you're a child, you're just pure and honest, right? Wheel of Fortune, a stuck situation moves forward. Um, this is where I feel like you're going to start to see things spinning up. They were saying that after Mother's Day, we're going to see this. We have the King of Swords. So I feel like someone won a 50-50 draw. Something, it's nothing crazy, but I feel like you're signing a paper saying, like, yes, it looks like $1,000. It's like, as they were writing out the number, it's like, yes, I received this amount. Um, I received this prize money. You're splitting it. So I'm not sure if you're splitting like $2,000, but like you wrote down 1,000. So it's just like acknowledgement that when I get the King of Swords in a spread, obviously I'm not pulling for a particular person, but this may resonate with you. Watch what you say and you do, because it's just like I feel like they're like someone's had enough, and it's like, you know what I mean? This is where this will get involved. This will get messy. So this is where it's like domestic violence, police are involved, family confrontation. It's Mother's Day weekend. What a better time to have family confrontation, right? So watch that. Watch your energy. People are low riding energy. With me, I made the choice. You know what? I tried once, twice, thrice, and it's like no bueno. You know what I mean? It's trying to put a negative and a negative together, a positive and a positive. Just no bueno. You need that connection. It ain't there. Why force it? You know what I mean? It sucks. You know, but that's just life. Some people you're gonna connect with, some people you're not. So the Three of Cups, celebrations, friendships, indulgement, replenishment. It's a time for socializing and much needed fun. And this three offers food, wine, dancing, and talking into the small hours at parties, family celebrations, and get-togethers with friends. Feeling the love. You're emotionally replenished and re-energized. Such is the vicinity of this three. You may even indulge in some light flirting. So I feel like it's like don't overindulge to the fact or the point where you're being sloppy. You're hitting on like age inappropriate people. Like maybe it's your kid's like friend. It's just like you know what I mean? Maybe it's just a joke or whatever, but no, who wants to look like an idiot? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? And it's like indulge, but don't go to the point where you can't have a better judgment about you. Maybe that's just where the devil card comes in. So with the Ace of Swords, beginnings, decisions, insight, success, clarity, the intellect. So clarity. they did show. We got for week after week, we were getting, the high priestess. Like right now, we're getting a lot of the Three of Cups. We're getting a lot of Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like here it's just like, clarity on what has happened, why this situation had to happen. To, you know what I mean? It's just like they said, if you do it or you don't do it, it's going to happen. Like no matter what. So it's just like, kind of like, like brace yourself, The Ace reveals success and breakthroughs with determination and clarity of purpose. You get what you want in work, creative projects, and relationships. Everything changes for the better when the Ace comes into play. But there may be some level of confrontation too. Wield the awesome sword of with care. So I felt like you were getting a promotion and people don't agree with it. They don't feel like you have the experience. They don't feel like you have the respect. Like they don't. The thing is, people don't see what you do. You work extra hours. So they're going back to when I was working at Tim Hortons. I was 21. I went there because I was working at the zoo and, it was wintertime. Hours got cut. It's retail. Hours get cut. So I went to Tim Hortons. I applied. I started right after New Year's. And they offered me immediately a supervisor position. I'm like, these people have been here a lot longer than me. Don't they deserve it over me? But I was working like morning shift. If someone called out sick, I would work night shift. I would close. I would come in the next day for my shift again. I would do 3 trucks. So I didn't see the value of what I brought. I didn't see that. I was just like, well, surely these people have much more experience than I do. And I did get backlash. Oh, I'm never going to listen to you. And I said, that's fine. I said, I'm not saying anything to you. I'm just doing my job. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I'm asked to do, and I was eager to learn, I showed that I was trustworthy. They offered me manager. I knew some shady business was going down at one of the stores, and I was afraid I was going to go down for it. So I was just like, I'm not going to go touch that situation. You know what I mean? I even discussed it with my mom. I'm like, this is what's going down. And I said, as a manager, I said, how the heck do I deal with that? Do I out them? Like, how do I do that? So, and I've worked with that person for years. So it's just like, what do you do? So for me, I was just like, you know what? It's better for me to bow out. It's better for me to take a step back because, I'm not going down for someone else's stupidness. So the devil, temptation, addiction, power, anger, lust, access, materialism. And I feel like that's where, there's the 3 cups there, overindulging, giving into your lust. So maybe out of your lust, you make poor judgment. You know what I mean? This is where they're saying, like, hitting on someone that's age inappropriate, where it's just like, cringeworthy. It's just like, police, King of Swords, like we need to be calling some peoples here, they're not legal, So it's just like, obviously you don't know how to behave yourself, then you should not be partaking in those kind of things, The devil reveals an arrangement, moral obligation, or relationship that restricts you. The card also stands for materialism and ego. Ego came up yesterday too, so we got to keep that in check. It may also mean feeling enslaved by work or debt, or negative people draining your energy or your bank account. And this is, again, where you got to check yourself. They don't bueno sit there and keep your distance. Like, it's just, they're energy suckers, just like, keep it at bay. It's also the card of addiction or substances, sex, illicit affairs, or a pattern of victimization. Whatever gives you short-term refuge or pleasure, but is ultimately damaging. You can, however, be freed of this situation. A binding contract. So you can be free by this situation. So, if you don't behave, I drink too much, or I black out if I drink too much, you know what I mean? Like, that is not a good choice for me. So let's stay away from the drink. This is not a time for that. So it's just like, our life unfolds in the thousands of choices we make every day. So in this case, it's like, okay, you know what? I had enough. I'm a grown-ass person. I don't have to get into peer pressure. That's how they behave. That's what they do. Well, you know what? I'm holding myself accountable. I'm getting to a point where I'm probably not going to make the best choices. So let's not sit there and be inappropriate. You know what I mean? So let's just sit there and do the right thing. So news, contracts, vigilance. Getting contracts here. As a person, the page is a young individual, male or female, who is witty, clever, and contrary. Applied to a situation, he represents vigilance. You may have contracts or documents to arrange or sign for property, travel, finance, or other arrangements. So the message is to pay attention to the details and listen carefully to advice from trusted sources. It's maybe you're on the fence about it, and that's what I definitely get here. I'm on the fence. I definitely feel like if you are proposed, it's like, hey, you know what? We see a lot of things in you. I feel like if you possess those qualities, you know what I mean? If this is something you want to do, this is an opportunity for you to grow, then do it. Like, you know what I mean? But if you're the type of person that's like, well, this is not my career, you know what I mean? Then, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't take it, Or maybe it's just like, you know what? Who knows how long it's going to be until like with myself, with healing. Who knows how long it's going to take? I know when it's going to happen, but it's just like, you know what I mean? An advancement, maybe it's a pay raise, like, see what the contract talks about. Maybe it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? From what we've heard, it's not even worth it. So, fate, destiny, divine law, opportunity, luck, change. Everything improves when the Wheel of Fortune arrives in a reading. Finances, work, home, life, career. Relationships. You also benefit from chance meetings. And reconnect with people who live far away from you. Opportunity for success come your way. The card invites you to manifest your wishes through affirmations and action. So I've been drawn to kitchen magic, and one of the things I wanted to write a sign on it, like a Viking rune. And I was just like, every time I take out the permanent marker, the Sharpie, it disappears. I didn't want to put on a one that'll wipe right off. And I'm like, you know what? It's in my pocket. I'm just going to do it. I just feel like if you're being pulled to do something, definitely do it. You know what I mean? Overall, you gain a wider perspective of their place in the world, psychic work, We were talking especially like with the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. It's like maybe you learn something, they're talking about your place in the world. This is where you could learn a new skill. It really resonates with you, so you try it. And then it's like that could bring you a new source of income. When we do the salt and cinnamon ceremony. And when you do the salt and cinnamon ceremony, you sit there and you're asking for new sources of revenues, new sources of income. So this could be one of those things. Like this could be a positive confirmation to do that, like to make that video. So we end with the King of Swords. This is where I get domestic violence, ambition, decisions, order, justice, finances, Fiercely intelligent, this king is a decision maker and leader. He is highly strategic and, if necessary, ruthless. When applied to a situation, the card stands for mind power, decisions, and justice, especially legal decisions. He arrives in a reading to offer meanings that often means that an intense work phase is almost done. Love that, because it's just like, for us, that's what it's been. One thing after another, like all this change, you know what I mean? And the people that we respect the most aren't there, and it's just like, it sucks. So this is where, it's just like relying on yourself. This is when it's like being a grown-up, showing who you are. And I feel like that's where maybe, you know what I mean, you never saw yourself in that position, and this is where they're like, well, we see you that way. You know what I mean? So we'll see where the universe takes you. If you're not sure, you have your own tarot cards, pull some cards for yourself. I feel like this is a very great time for tarot readings. I do a tarot reading for myself once a year. I should have kept mine. Keep your readings. Because, I know I read for someone and they talked about these things. And they're like, when he comes back and this and that. I'm like, I'm getting dates, but it's just like, you can't help, who you resonate with, who you click with. But, definitely just be mindful, and sit there and take a step back and see, is that an opportunity you want? You know what I mean? I feel like if you feel like you could give, for me, it's just I love healing arts and I don't want to take any more time away from it. You know what I mean? So if it was for me, it's just as much as I appreciate it and it's an honor, it's at the same time, it's just I want to put my time into my kids. I want to put my time into the healing arts. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just I don't feel like I would be an asset. I feel like I would be giving what it deserves. where someone that is ambitious and wants to grow would give that kind of, hopefully, that kind of energy into the position, because that's what you're being offered. For myself, I feel like I would be a hindrance. I don't feel like I would put my heart into it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. See what happens. But I feel like, I don't know, I just been so happy this week. Like, I'm like cramping, so I'm in a lot of pain. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, I just feel things have shifted. I really do. You know, I was getting a lot of anxiety, and I'm just like, what is this anxiety about? You know what I mean? It's just, oh my goodness. So I just feel like it's a prosperous time. I just feel like we're just harvesting, harvesting, harvesting. I just feel like there's a lot coming here in a good, great, positive way. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, May the 11th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.